If this keeps up, they're going to need a crossing guard soon in the House of Commons to make sure the children cross the aisle safely. Pierre Poilievre lost another MP to the Liberals. The Liberals are now one shy of a majority. Um, the question is this it? Answer, I'm pretty sure it's not. How many more will cross? I don't know. You only need one more, I guess. But I would expect, I mean, I'm not the one with all the best information and the best inside scoop and so on, but just from what I know of the Conservative caucus, I would think it's probably a half dozen more seriously considering it. Some people say there was probably more like a dozen MPs considering a switch, either to the Liberals or to sit outside of the Conservative caucus. So anyway, we'll see. There's only one more needed for a majority government of the Liberal Party. So uh, I think that in good part, the reason people on the conservative side choose to cross, or perhaps to leave office altogether, or maybe run. There's rumors that some of them may also go and run provincially elsewhere, run for leadership of provincial conservative parties. Anyway, the point is, people are leaving Pierre Poilievre. Not the majority. The majority of his MPs appear to be loyal to him for now. The majority of party members appear to be loyal to him for now, although the support numbers for his leadership are going down, including within the Conservative Party itself. I know I can speak English, I can manage that. He is leaking support faster than my bike tire that time I hit a nail. Um, the leadership review in January is going to come and be a painful one. He'll pass it for sure, but not by enough. And the reason is that Pierre Poilievre has been too good at being polarizing. He has really cornered the market on to the right of the Conservative Party. He's got them. No, not a problem. Including some people who may have been before the Conservatives, may have been supporters of Maxime Bernier's People Party. Um, so on that one, he's got them. The problem is that most other people really don't like him. So there's no room to grow. Um, he's been so polarizing that there's very few Canadian voters out there who don't really have a strong opinion of him. And people have made up their minds. The people who love what he does, or at least like it enough, are already his supporters, and the rest won't vote for him if he's the only guy standing up. So the real people who wield the power within the Conservative Party, the people behind the scenes and the people who fund the party and the people who really have a lot of influence in the party, I'm pretty sure at this point are looking at this and thinking, all right, Pierre, you've really. I mean, he's come close. While Justin Trudeau was in power, he was riding very high in the polls. That did not translate into enough votes to make the Conservative Party win in the last election. And Mark Carney, the Liberal Prime Minister, is being very clever about positioning the Liberal Party much, much more to the center, almost to the center right, so that he's crowding out the Poilievre gang further and further out to the right, which is a massive turnoff for most Canadians who are reasonable and in the middle. Now, if I were advising Pierre Poilievre, and I mean, here it is my free advice. It's worth what he pays for. But if I were him and I was really wanting to give him the best chance to stay in power at the leadership of the Conservative Party and have a good chance of being competitive at the next general election, I'd say to him, look, enough with the stunts, like we saw in the MOU and this motion that was kind of silly, and almost nobody outside of the parliamentary precinct here paid attention to it, and it just, the people who did pay attention to it thought it was childish. Enough of that. Try to be cooperative. Work with the government where it makes sense and try very, very hard to find places where it does make sense. For instance, on negotiations or whatever it is that we're doing with the United States government, appear to be wanting to work together for the benefit of all or most Canadians as much as possible and remain in opposition, or yeah, maybe promote some different ideas. That's fine on some issues. You don't have to agree on everything, but he really ought to come across as a guy who's trying to cooperate. Now, that's a hard one to do for him because for 20 years in politics, he's carved himself a reputation as the guy that the attack dog and the guy who's never really seen to be cooperating with anybody. So but I still think that that would be his best chance to stay in power. Will he do it? Probably not. In fact, I'm almost certain that he would never take my advice, number one, but he would never take that advice from anybody. And even if he did, I'm not sure he could pull it off because at this point his reputation is made. So sorry, buddy, you tried. It's been 20 odd years. You had this one big dream. A lot of people have dreams, they don't reach it, right? Not everybody can be prime minister. I think it's time, and I think the party is going to make it clear enough during the break that you're done, buddy.